Today I'll share with you my favorites for Miss Grand International 2024's national costume. If you like episodes like this, please consider subscribing. If you like to see extended episodes, then check out memberships or subscribe to queenbeauty.tv where you can access those extended episodes as well as my live pageant commentary and even original series like Talk of the Crown. Really great show opening, but that's definitely what you can expect from Grand. I would say their production is always on point. I'll share with you my favorites in no particular order. Cuba, I love this reveal of the national flower, and I think it was so special that she was actually holding the flower petals. I love the reveal that she did of this, and also when she walked down the runway that she extended her arms, so it made the entire flower look even bigger. It was so beautifully done. And then if you even notice her headpiece, it's like the center of the flower. So cute. Brazil's national costume reminded me a lot of the national costume that we saw a few years ago on Gabrielle because she wore something very similar like a painting. But I do feel like Brazil did such a great job with this one because of the reveal. And I like how she looked very different on the top from the bottom of her national costume. Like she really did look like she was in a painting. Puerto Rico, she had a mask on her body instead of on her face. And this is the type of creativity I really appreciate and always look forward to at national costume. It's the little things for me. Ghana, the gold pieces and the headpiece were so beautiful here, so much detail. I also really like the skirt and then the bird on her arm, very neat. Laos, how in the world do these national costumes, do ones like this, even get to the pageant? I don't even understand who's building these things. How are these being built? How does this all come together? That is what I need. I need a national costume special. I need to know how it's happening. So hers was the land of a million elephants. And so of course, if we're gonna be talking about elephants, like we're gonna be talking about a big national costume. So this was really beautiful. There was also these stunning gold pieces that she was wearing that looked very, very traditional, like traditional. There were also these stunning gold traditional pieces of jewelry that she was wearing, which were amazing. Australia's costume was an endangered bird, and I've never seen a bird costume look quite like this, where the bird was flying over her head, where she pulled it back and then brought it back up again. I thought that was so unique, it was so different, and such an unexpected take.
Sometimes when I look at national costumes, I think about the price that it must have cost to produce it, and when I think about that, I think about Singapore's costume, because peacock feathers are not affordable, and the use of peacock feathers in this national costume is remarkable. I'm actually shocked by how many that there are, and it's just such a beautiful national costume with a lot of detail.
Some of the materials of Honduras's costume were sustainably made that I thought that was really cool. She also had a reveal. There were these drums, there was face paint, there was just so many moving parts when it came to her costume that I thought were beautiful. Ecuador had a great reveal, and it was kind of like a magic show reveal, and I really liked that. The gold details on this were beautiful, and also the hanging banners on the back. I can't remember a time when I've seen something quite like that. Cameroon had this lion headpiece and I loved it, and then she had these furry leg warmers which were super cute, and just her presentation of this entire piece is something I enjoyed. Indonesia's costume made me hungry. Oh my gosh, I appreciate good food, and I haven't had Indonesian food yet, but I do love lots of Asian food. And she just looked so cute when she came out. She opened it and she had all of these plates of food. So beautiful. Guatemala was a jaguar and she was in the jungle. She had all these pieces of leaves on the side that I really loved. And then she even had a bird too, but this reminded me, I don't think I've seen this before, but please, this is my request. Can a Miss India contestant create a national costume based off of the Jungle Book? Because the Jungle Book was set in India. That would be so nostalgic for me. Please do it. Venezuela, we're seeing another bird costume, okay? But with her, it's her presentation. She looks so beautiful in this. I can't deny that. She was memorable. Vietnam, I don't even know how they created the back piece behind her, but it had this treatment on top of it that was iridescent. And so that right there, I was like, ooh, that's unique and different. Also, she had these twirling pieces on stage. This was huge. This was very captivating and eye-catching. I liked this one a lot. Malaysia, another huge costume. This might have been the biggest of the show this year. It was so massive. But I also really liked the way that she presented it, that she actually took the piece behind her down half of the runway. And a lot of contestants, when they have these big props, they don't even use them. They just separate from it immediately and then present the rest of the costume. So that was a really neat part of hers. She also had this sword and these skulls. It just looked so great in the presentation.
United Kingdom is one of my top 5 favorite national costumes this year. She might just be my favorite. I love not only the concept of this Alice in Wonderland theme, but also that it relates to afternoon tea in her country, and also the way that she presented this national costume, kind of falling asleep and waking up as Alice and then pouring the tea, was so cute.
I loved Angola's headpiece specifically, but also the way that she presented this national costume. I feel like that's definitely one way to win me over with national costume, is to present it in a unique way. But there were also a lot of intricate details on this piece that I appreciate. Thailand's national costume means moon eclipse enchantment, but what I really like is the reveal at the end where she puffs up the top of it. Ah, that was so cool. After she popped the top up, she would put her hands together and had this movement on stage. She looks so cool. I love a transforming costume. Philippines came out as their national symbol, and what I liked about this is that we don't see green a lot. We don't see a lot of monochromatic, or mostly monochromatic type national costumes, and this reminded me of how Philippines just stood out at Miss Cosmo as well in the orange. So this was really beautiful. It was massive, and she looked stunning. Myanmar, for a second I thought I was a real horse. I was like, oh, I love that. I love animals. I loved this. She was a warrior, and she really was, because I heard that she fainted after this. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that she was okay. But this was a really cool costume. Love the presentation of it. Also, fun fact, a long time ago at the Miss America talent competition, they used to allow animals in the talent competition until one day Miss Montana America decided to show up on stage with a horse. That was the end of that. Panama is a fish, but she was a very beautiful fish. I do wish that she would have opened at the front a little bit, but this was so pretty. The pastels are something we don't see as much. India had a really unique costume, so she did a reveal as well, but she was the mountain, and then when she opened it, she also had these pieces on her arms, and they were like the water, so she's like the river, and in the Himalayan mountains. And then also when the mountains went back, there was this piece around her that lit up that was just framing her. And then I really liked that, because Indian women are known for their beautiful hair, that she had these extensions that were so long and so beautiful. This was cool. Russia had a national costume that she just looked beautiful in. She was like royalty in this. Spain had another pretty large costume, but she came out with a lynx that's endangered, which is really sad. But I do like that she used this opportunity to spread awareness about the lynx. Beautiful. She looks stunning.
I thought I hit record, but I guess I didn't for a couple contestants. Trinidad and Tobago was one of them. This is such a beautiful national costume. I love that the white really popped on her, and on the stage it stood out, and I really like that a lot of the details of this piece were oversized, like the hat and the peplum. She looked stunning in this.
Those were the national costumes that stuck out the most to me. Let me know which ones you enjoyed during the show. And of course, keep your comments kind, because the contestants do read these. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you very soon.